Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your February 1st to the 15th, 2024 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, and it gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So thank you so very much for doing so. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have the world crowning us, which is beautiful. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Page of Swords. We are represented by the swords in the minor arcana, so we're definitely coming through as learners. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming in the reversed position. So that's Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. If you're born on the cusp of Capricorn, that can be causing us a bit of difficulty, or if we have Capricorn in our chart, or, Earth sign energy in our chart, not just Capricorn, angels and spirit guides. And then we have the 10 of Wands. We're putting down a lot of burdens during this time. We're going to be looking at things and being like, why the heck am I carrying this? Like, what is going on here? Why have I been holding on? And that's going to be part of this time for us. It's like, why have I been holding on to this for so long? We're going to be freeing ourselves. We're going to be looking at connecting with our inner child, but also things that were once really important to us or that gave us great joy and we stopped doing. We're going to be looking at things and being like, why? What's going on here? We're stepping into the world more and more, and that's going to be really important. We're going to be seeing things differently. This isn't going to be a time where it's like, oh, look at me, look at me. That's not really our style, but there is going to be this sense of, where do I want to be? Why did I limit myself? What am I looking for? Where am I going? What do I want? Type of energy coming forward. And it brings us to the Two of Pentacles, where we're trying to balance everything. And what we're going to see is the more stress we get, the more we're like, oh, I'm going to do things that make me calm down. But we start adding more and more on our plate. So Spirit is like, hey, listen, let's just slow it down and connect with us. Let's just slow it down and see what we need, where we are, who we are and what we desire. Again, our inner child is going to be coming forward in a very real way. We can do the simple meditation of connecting with that inner child, taking a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. And visualizing yourself holding your arms open and letting the child that you once were run into the arms of the adult you are today. And just say to that kid, I love you. I'm here for you. I will always be here for you. I will always love you. I will always protect you. I will always believe you. And I'm always on your side. You're my best. In the whole wide world, kid, you're my best. Because that kid is with you till the very end. And so here, we're connecting with that energy. We're connecting with ourselves, Sagittarius. And we're seeing ourselves grow stronger in that knowledge because, we're all always just that kid that we once were. The insecurities that we had when we were little, we're still growing from them. We're still seeing. We can see this in astrology. We have the wound of Chiron. Chiron is called the wounded warrior. And that's called our original wound. So if you look online, like you can go to, Cafe Astrology. You can do an extensive chart there, I know, for free. And other places you can just Google. And they have this thing where you can see where your Chiron is in your chart. See where your Chiron is. That's your original wound. That's where all the other hurts, all the other pains are built off of. And so if we look at that original wound, how do I move forward? How is it that has been holding me back, keeping me doubting myself? With the Queen of Pentacles, there's something about money here where we can think ourselves not worthy. We can find that we are a little slovenly. I don't know. What is that word? Like, just for success is going to be really important to us. And yet we're like, no, I just can't handle this right now. And that's okay if we're at that point. Be kind to yourself, be respectful to yourself, but also know that you need to razzle dazzle, not for anybody else, but for you. Okay. If you want to wear, bright, like neon orange, socks over like so that they can be seen and just so that you can smile, do so. Let yourself shine during this time and let yourself shine for you. Again, not for anybody else. If you want to wear them with Birkenstocks and just be like super comfortable, but super like loud and connecting with your color and what you want, like do it. Because the Queen of Pentacles is prosperity and success. And when people look at the Queen of Pentacles, they say, oh, there's somebody who knows their stuff. And that energy comes from a belief in ourselves, from a nurturing and growing and connecting and seeing. And that's going to be really important to us during this time. And yet we feel disconnected. because it's reversed. Now, we can be having a bit of trouble with an earth sign energy. Again, a Taurus, a Virgo, a Capricorn. We have this in our chart where this part of our personality feels like nails on a chalkboard to ourselves, and we can't get away because we're stuck with us. So being aware of that and knowing that, yeah, we can go through those times. We can feel frustrated with us, and being kind to ourselves with that is going to be a really important thing. We then have the 10 of Wands, where we've been carrying a lot of burdens. We've been carrying a lot on our shoulders. And this is going to be a time where you see yourself like, I need to let this go. Like, I don't want this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be carrying this anymore. And you're going to see a purge, whether it's emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. I don't mean like in the act of like getting yourself sick or anything like that. I just mean like, I'm not carrying this anymore. Like physically, like I'm pushing it away from me. I don't want it. It's not negating our responsibilities, but it is saying to ourselves, I'm maybe not going to become a stark minimalist, right? But I am saying I don't want to be carrying this anymore. And whatever this is for us, because it's going to be highly personalized, we're going to be looking at ourselves and be like, yeah, it's time to let it go. I held on to it for too long, and it's kept me out of balance. It's kept me out of alignment with myself. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you're interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a snowflake in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random on the 1st of February, so good luck to everyone. And the announcement will be through a separate video, so not through me contacting you in the comment box. If somebody does pretending to be me, that is a scammer, so do be warned. All right, so let's see. Oh, and if you're interested in purchasing a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com. So let's see what Spirit has to say, angels and spirit guides. This is evolve. We are going to see ourselves evolving. And evolution, of the soul, of the self, it's always a bit uncomfortable. It is. It's just always a bit uncomfortable. Do we want it to be? No, we don't. But accepting the evolution, accepting that we're going to see ourselves flying, we're going to see ourselves moving forward in directions that we hadn't anticipated, hadn't expected, but that we are aligning more and more with us is going to be really important. And knowing that this is also a time of change is really rather freeing, and that's going to be a really big deal. So let's see the energy we need to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, not mindful of. Let's see our chakra energy. We don't need to be mindful of our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is peace. This is the crown chakra. Make sure you crown yourself with peace. We can do another meditation right now if you want to. If you don't want to, you can totally fast forward through this, but take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. And just visualize your crown chakra, that beautiful, silvery white, light of the crown chakra. It's white light, but I always see it as just tinged with a bit of silver to it. And see this. Visualize this box being placed in front of you. Beautiful purple velvet box. And open it up. With reverent fingers, reverent hands, open up that box. And look at the most exquisite crown. It just takes your breath away. And you get told, place it on your head. And so you reach in, again with reverent fingers, and you take that crown, and you raise it up, and you place it on your head. You crown yourself with majesty, sovereignty, but you crown yourself with peace, knowing that you're the one guiding your ship. You are the king, the ruler, the queen, the connector of your universe. And if you stay in peace and you stay aligned with the angels and your spirit guides in the universe, you're going to be heading in two places that you couldn't imagine. But stay in peace, stay in love. It's so easy to get knocked off course. It's so easy to let anger and frustration and tired and chaos come in. But to move in peace will be one of the most exquisite things we ever do for ourselves. Let's see what we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Here's the Hangman. Okay, so we see things differently. And now we're going to be looking at things and saying, I'm probably wrong, right? I've probably done this wrong. I'm probably wrong. This probably isn't right. And Spirit's like, why are you so quick to negate yourself? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater type of deal. Like, don't negate you and say, oh no, it can't possibly be. Look at things differently. And let yourself just be a little bit different. You're moving towards enlightenment. You're moving towards, the evolution of your soul and spirit. Don't take everybody else's words and say, oh, well, they obviously know. You're the only one connected with your soul, connected with your spirit guides, connected with your angels, connected with your energy, knowing your purpose. And you might say, Dane, but I don't know my purpose. But if we step back, I really am a firm believer that we do know our purpose, especially when we're really small, okay? Before the rest of the world comes in and tells us what it thinks we should be, or this is what, is respectful, or this is what is prosperous and seen as bountiful. We do know. And so connecting with that inner child again is going to be just so prevalent to our own success and our own bounty during this time. So let's see the astrological, happenings from the 1st to the 15th of February and how it correlates to the tarot. On the 1st of February, we have the moon in Scorpio squared Pluto in Aquarius. We need to be mindful of struggles over power during this time, especially when it comes to finances, wealth, what we value as much as money. We can get stuck into drama. Just know that we can get sucked into the drama. We can get pulled in, and we're going to think either we have to fix it or, I have to be a part of this. Spirit's like, no, avoid the drama. Avoid the drama. Keep your cool, keep yourself centered. That's going to be a sacredly important thing during this time. Now, on the 2nd of February, we have Mercury in Capricorn sextile Neptune in Pisces. This is maximizing our imagination. Like, our imagination is on point. Embrace your hobbies, your creativity, whatever sparks joy in your life. Like, let it fly. Let it just focus you. Let it guide you. Let that bliss lead you forward. We are so serious as adults. We have so much responsibility on our shoulders. And just letting ourselves have fun and connecting, even just for a little bit. It doesn't have to be, the whole day. That might not be plausible at all. But letting ourselves connect, that's going to be a really important thing. On the 3rd of February, we have the moon in Scorpio sextile Mercury in Capricorn. We need to keep ourselves busy, and we're going to be keeping ourselves busy with many different projects, exploring new ideas. Just be mindful. We're going to tend to add on a lot. We're going to be like, oh, I want to do this, and I want to do this, and I want to do this. If we don't stay balanced, and we're represented by temperance in the major arcana, which is balance and harmony, if we don't keep balance and harmony, we don't know ourselves. We lose ourselves so quickly. So just be aware of this. The moon is in Sagittarius, squared Saturn in Pisces. We're going to have little patience and not a lot of discipline during this time. So do be mindful about this during this time. We need to let things go. We do. We need to let things go. We need to see that weight that we're carrying and we're so used to carrying. We need to let it go and be less demanding on ourselves. Are we going to find that easy? No. Again, what we're going to find easy is piling it on and saying, okay, making those deadlines even tighter, making sure you can do even more, pushing even harder. That's what you need to do, right? And Spirit is really saying here, I don't want to. I don't even want to a little bit. On the 5th of February, we have Mercury entering into Aquarius. Now, this brings sudden insights. This brings unexpected ideas. This helps us think outside of the box. And this really moves us towards change. Like, this is us like starting to step into the world. We're like, oh, wow, I can do this. Like, I can move this way. Mercury in Aquarius is also conjunct Pluto in Aries. No, not Aries, in Aquarius during this time. So our focus is really, really, really intense. All right. We can be really intense. We can be like a dog with a bone, like absolutely unrelenting. I'm going to get this done. We're working on, plans that can really provoke change in our lives. We're really focusing on the lack of money. Okay. Not money, not what we really value, not wealth, not calling it in, but we're focusing on, well, just need to work harder because I need to have more. And yeah, that's feasible. And that's a real thing. Right. But we're sucking all the joy out of our lives because we're just being too serious with ourselves. And Spirit is saying here, listen, I understand that you need your money to survive, right? Gets that. Not as well as maybe it should. Okay, what is that? What is that book? Oh. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, where they say human beings worship little pieces of paper that control the world. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. That's how Spirit is showing me like money. They like don't really get it, but they get that we worship it. So cool, good for us type of thing. But what we also have during this time, when Mercury in Aquarius conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, is flashes of intuition and flashes of premonition. And Spirit's like, focus on that. Because you're looking at your bounty, you're looking at your prosperity. And because we're looking at it from a place of lack, we're going to find that the energy vibration that we send out is more of a place of lack. And I know that sounds like, well, wouldn't I just, magically make myself rich if I could make myself rich? It's like, yes, of course I would. But then again, we could have fears around it. We could have been raised in a household where it was, all those money grabbing, horrible people. They're the rich ones. We are the ones that have to work and we're always scraping. We're always saving, never getting ahead. It depends on what has fed our minds. how we see things. So here we need to look at ourselves and we need to dress in our best. And it's not going out in a ball gown and everything like that, but dress in a way that makes us super, super happy and start seeing ourselves as prosperous and let ourselves shine. That's going to be really, really important. I know it sounds silly to say dress in a way that makes you happy, but, instead of to blend in or instead of to hide away or instead of like, oh, this is what everybody's wearing, so this is what I have to wear. It's like, no, this is what brings me joy. This is what makes me happy. This is what makes me feel cozy. I love it. This is where I need to be. So just, yeah, I'm seeing that as being really important for us, Sagittarius. Like somebody needs to be reminded here. So Spirit is more than happy to remind you. On the 6th of February, we have the moon in Capricorn, trine Jupiter in Taurus. Our outlook is optimistic. We are focusing on the bright side. This is like a really shiny day for us. It's like a bright, shiny day. It's like, yeah, I can do this. I got this. Okay. And even if we wind up saying on the 6th, like we could be in a really bad mood or something like that, we're going to see that something winds up happening and it winds up being really like, oh, wow, like things wound up working out. I didn't think they were going to be. I started off really angry. So just be aware of that too. On the 7th of February, we have Venus in Capricorn, trine Uranus in Taurus. Changes are going to really come forward during this time, but it's also going to be around our relationships and the way that we're interacting and dealing with others. Remember, we're really stepping out of our comfort zone. We're opening up to the world. Now, it's not really out of a Sagittarius's comfort zone. We're ruled by Jupiter, so we really are really good at connecting with people and bringing people in, making people feel really good about themselves as well. That's very much a Jupiter trait. It magnifies it magnifies the energy. I was going to say the good. I'm not really sure if it only magnifies the good. So I don't want to say that with 100%, but I do see it as like it really does. Jupiter really does magnify usually the better traits of things. So do be aware of that. We're connecting and opening up to new social circles with new ways of connecting with people. So that's going to be really fun. We also have on the 7th, Mars in Capricorn, sextile Neptune in Pisces. We need to take the initiative in our creativity and really venture towards our inspiration, towards what inspires us. We're going to be seeing ourselves go back to things that really inspired us when we were young, that we found were really, really cool. Whether it was coloring, whether it was dinosaurs, whether it was, running around on the playground, whatever, or just running around outside. You're going to see that things that inspired you when you were little are starting to inspire you again. Now, it can be just in different ways because, of course, we do grow, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be like, oh, wow, I remember this, or oh, wow, I knew this. On the 8th, we have the sun in Aquarius squared Uranus in Taurus. This is going to be a day where it's easy to be impulsive. It just is. It's just going to be really easy to throw caution to the wind and be like, I'm just going to go and do whatever the heck I please. That's it. But it's also going to be a day where we see that we can start to get to the heart of the issue. Now, our impulsiveness can be us, reflecting and, avoiding getting to the heart of issues that have been holding us back in our life. Especially, again, this is going to be a time where we see the imbalance around prosperity, bounty, what we value, what we want to grow. And there's frustration there, but it stems back again from childhood. Now, it can be that you were told you were never going to amount to anything. It can be that you were disabled. Okay. It can be or are disabled, and that has stayed with you. When I was little, just using me as an example, because it's the easiest one, I was a bit blind and I was a bit deaf. Okay. And then after that was done, I'm like the most dyslexic person you will ever meet. So here, when the energy of being successful comes up, it's like, oh no, but I don't get to be, right? Because everybody else in the world could see and hear. Well, at least that's what I thought, right? So everybody else is so much better than I will ever be. So personally, it's like, you have to stop that, right? You have to stop. And when success comes, it's not a fluke. It's not going to be taken away. You're not going to see everything fall apart. Let yourself be successful. And that's what I'm saying here to you right now. Seeing that Spirit is like, use this example. Okay, it's like, okay, you get to be successful. It doesn't matter, how you were bullied, how you were teased, how people thought you were going to be nothing. All those people, don't let them be right. That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing. Oh, they get to be right? Hell no. Absolutely not. The best revenge is success. So be successful. And it doesn't mean you have to have a mansion on a hill with 18 million, cars and servants. It doesn't mean that at all. Okay. But it means I get to be happy. I get to have enough money in my bank account to pay my bills, to be secure, to have savings. I get to live well. And that's what Spirit's saying here. You don't get to be a Rockefeller because few people ever do. And if that's your goal, let it be your goal. Like, go for it then. But being happy and living a quiet, happy life, there's something to that. And we tend to poo-poo it in our world. It's like, oh, you can always have more. It's like, yeah, okay, but when are you ever going to enjoy it? So just be aware of this during this time. We're getting to the heart of the issue of things. It's going to stem from our childhood, and it's going to be different than what we thought it was. We're going to be kind of taken aback. What comes forward. We're like, oh, but I thought it was this. And it's like, oh no, it was this. So just be aware of this during this time. On the 9th of February, we have the moon in Aquarius squared Uranus in Taurus. We're impatient. Just be really, really mindful, especially if you are a teacher, if you are giving lectures, if you are holding seminars, if you are doing anything with teaching and showing and guiding people on this day. If you can call out sick, that'd be great. Not to be like just run away and retreat, but it can be the best way to deal with this. But also, it's going to be the sense of like, okay, I'm just impatient. I'm not going to have the discipline to, not even the discipline, I'm not going to have even the want to get things done smoothly and to be caring and compassionate. So either we break these down and make them really, really simple so that we can get through it, or we kind of say, no, I can't do this right now. So just be aware of this. I would highly recommend, if you can't have anybody cover for you, or you can't, like, you can't get out of it in any way, shape, or form, make it more simple. Break it down. Okay? Because on the 10th, because we are in an irritated mood on the 9th, we have Mercury in Aquarius squared Jupiter in Taurus on the 10th. We're just kind of having, I really see this as like a spiritual hangover from the 9th, where we're just irritated and frustrated. Everything's hitting us the wrong way. Okay? And on the 10th, we need a break. We need to just step back and we need a break. We don't need to balance more. We don't need to, try and get more done, look at things better, plan things in a different way, nurture this, do that. It's like we just need to step back. We just need to be quiet. And that's going to be really, really, really important. And then we have the 11th, which is a day of saying kind of like mea culpa by the universe for the 9th and the 10th. And we have the moon in Pisces, sextile Venus in Capricorn. We are much more balanced. And we're looking at how to promote balance in our life, because that's going to make us feel way more secure. And we're going to see that a lot of the trauma chaos that is around us, we're going to be like, why is this still here? Like, why do I have to deal with this? Like, what's going on? So we are going to be freeing ourselves in a very beautiful way. On the 12th of February, we have the moon in Pisces conjunct Neptune in Pisces. We are compassionate, empathic, and sensitive. We are going to need to connect with others. We're going to find that helping others, doing good, it makes us feel good, and that's going to be a really important thing. And that's just going to brighten us up. On the 13th of February, we have Mars entering into Aquarius. Now, Mars is the planet of energy and drive. And in Aquarius, it is enthusiastic, it is motivated, it brings forward change. It has us looking at the future and saying, how can I mix things up? We are being more unconventional. We're stepping towards our dreams, but we're stepping out of convention towards our dreams. We're embracing the unusual. And also on the 13th, we have Venus in Capricorn, sextile Neptune in Pisces. Now, this really makes me think of Valentine's Day energy. And Valentine's Day, which is the 14th, it can be a day where we're more workaholic. So just be mindful about this. We might want to get in all our, good Valentine's Day energy on the 13th. So here, we need to approach things with a gentle touch. We're really going to be looking at love and relationships, and our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with others. It's really going to benefit from being more gentle, more connected, just kind of like slowing things down, being sweet, being loving, opening our hearts, saying, this is what I love, this is who I am, and really taking time to love, like really taking time for love. It's meditating around love, chanting love, connecting with love. That's going to be a game changer for us. Now, on the 14th, we have Mars in Aquarius, conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Our future is going to be super important to us. We're going to be motivated to take action, to go after what we want. We're going to be looking at things. The world is opening, or I'm seeing my way to move forward. I have to strike while the iron is hot. I cannot slow down. We want to catapult our dreams. This can be really, really, really super intense. So much so that for some of us, Sagittarius, instead of taking this time and super utilizing it, we can almost feel like we shut down because we want to do so much. We're being so driven. And that can be just completely overwhelming. So do be mindful about this during this time. Yeah, I'm just seeing it as almost a sense of like, I just freeze. So if we can focus on the I love yous on the 14th, and it doesn't mean that we have to have a Valentine. If we do, that's awesome. But my nephew calls this the I love you day. And he says it's so beautiful. You just get to say I love you to everyone. And I think it's adorable. He's very little. And it's just so cute. So here, just say I love you. Just say I love you to yourself in the mirror. Just connect with love and let that move you forward. Be like a little kid, you know? On the 15th, we have the moon in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus. This is a time for change, whether it be big, whether it be small, but we're going to see that we end this time period knowing that there's change. We feel that evolution of ourselves coming forward. We feel like we're stepping out of a weight, of a burden, of a darkness almost that was over us that only had us seeing the dirt on our shoes. And now we're finding ourselves again. And that's going to be really cool. And that is really cool. Our subconscious spirit message here is wish reversed. We don't really feel like we're getting our wish. We have something that we really wish for, and we're going to be like, it's just not happening. And spirit's like, it's just not time. Stop pushing things on your time and let me step forward. And that's going to be hard because we feel like we're running out of time for one thing or another. But spirit is saying, connect with your wish, keep it centered to your heart, and you're going to be surprised the way it comes forward. It's not going to come forward the way that you want, though. Just be aware of that. Our subconscious chakra message is balance reversed. Now, are we in balance? No, not really. So here, this is our root chakra. We need to be in balance with our root chakra. And we need to also just be in alignment with our root chakra. We are temperance. Remember, we are balance. So balance is super important to us. Connecting with our root chakra, connecting with balance, connecting with harmony, knowing that we might be out of balance. And that's okay. We can have days and weeks, where we just are. We can be even months. Some people have years where it's like, I'm just out of balance. And so just respecting ourselves enough to say, okay, I have to take it easy. Okay, I have to take care of myself. It's funny, if you're like me, you might get hangry. I get hangry and I don't even know I'm hangry. I get nauseous feeling too. So then I'm like, oh, I don't want to eat. I don't feel good, right? I just really need to eat something. So here, it's like you'll know these things about yourself, but you'll be so caught up in the moment of it, of the energy of it, that you'll forget. So just be aware of this during this time, that when things start going kind of poorly, okay, when you start feeling poorly and agitated, slow down and start taking care of you the same way you take care of a little kid, the same way you take care of somebody you really love, because you're probably being unreasonable to yourself. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Eight of Cups. Be mindful of walking away from something that, this is funny because this is walking away from something you once thought you would love. And it's almost like, okay, you can walk away from something too quickly, but also be mindful of having walked away from something. And because I'm really seeing this more as you walked away from something and now it's trying to pull you back, and it's not right for you. You are miserable there, but you're still being pulled back. Now it can be an energy, it can be, a relationship, a friendship, a workplace, like whatever it is, they're going to want to pull you back. And it's like, no, I have to keep on going. Our subconscious tarot message is the Hangman reverse. And that's exactly what we have here with the Hangman being told to be mindful of. We're seeing things differently. We're questioning if we're seeing things differently, like in the right way. Have we just gone completely off course and, just not, connecting at all? There are a lot of questions coming forward. And Spirit's like, slow down and center yourself. Slow down and connect. And see where love takes you. Like, see where peace and harmony and love take you. Because if we're questioning ourselves, it doesn't mean that we listen to like the voices of anger within ourselves. Or we can say, okay, I'm angry. I need to reach out for help. Okay, I'm frustrated. I need to connect with somebody. We're not meant to do this on our own. We're not. We're very isolated in our world. We have, sat there and spread ourselves too thin, and we don't have support groups around ourselves anymore. We need to get that back. It's very important for human beings. We're group beings. We're not like, isolated lone beings. People say, oh, I'm a lone wolf. Well, a lone wolf is in danger, because that's not good for a wolf. A wolf is not meant to be alone. It is meant to be an intricate part of a pack. And we need to find our pack, whatever that is. It's very important for us. So I hope you find part of your pack here in this community, but just in what brings you joy. Follow your bliss. Like, follow what makes you happy. It doesn't need to make you millions. It needs to make you happy. That's really important. And slow it down and connect with you. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.